What is up, guys? True here. Today I'll be bringing you a Pokemon Showdown OU replay against Empoleon Love. For my team, I have a relatively standard Zard-wide team with Sash Breloom and Scarf Staraptor for revenge killing. My opponent has a more balanced team based on defense, like more of a stall balanced team. His Stealth Rocker is probably either his Garchomp or his Tyranitar, making his Clefable probably CM 2 attacks, and his Skarmory could be Defogs with spikes. The thing that really sticks out at Team Preview is his Mega Venusaur. Mega Venusaur really walls Breloom and Bisharp to no end, and some of my best ways of dealing with it, being Latios and Staraptor, get stopped by his Tyranitar and Skarmory respectively. I do, however, have Charizard Y, which deals with Venusaur, and he doesn't have a great switch in for it. Garchomp takes tons from Fire Blast, and Tyranitar has to worry about Focus Blast. I decided to lead with Breloom, then double into Charizard, predicting his Venusaur. The only way this would be bad is if he actually led with Venusaur, which I didn't really expect. So he leads with Manaphy as I lead with Breloom, and this is good for me because here, if he predicts my Spore, he could go for Rain Dance, and if I went to Charizard, that would be great because I would just get the free Sun Up, and well, I mean, he could just double Rain Dance at that point, but I'd still be in a good position, and alternatively, he could Ice Beam if he just wanted to get damage on the Breloom and presumably bring it down to its Sash, or he could just switch straight to Venusaur. So it's pretty safe for me to go into Charizard, and that's what I was planning to do anyways. So I'm going to go straight into Charizard as he does make the play into Venusaur. Great for me. I could just Mega Evolve and click Fire Blast. He luckily stays in and Mega Evolves. This does a clean 93%. So he goes for Sludge Bomb, he doesn't get the poison, very fortunate for me. I decided to go for another Fire Blast here. I could have gone for Focus Blast, predicting the T-Tar, but since Fire Blast had higher accuracy, I just wanted to do that to get rid of the Venusaur, and I ended up getting the Burn, which is extremely fortunate. This battle ended up going better than I was expecting from the first few turns, and he goes for the Stone Edge on my switch out to Garchomp, and him going for Stone Edge and not going for Stealth Rocks lets me think that he's more offensive, and based on the damage, I know he's not banded, so he's probably Scarfed. And the Scarf T-Tar, okay, that's good information to have. Getting a burn on that is very crucial. So I'm just going to get up Broxir as he goes into Manaphy. I thought going into Manaphy was kind of an interesting play. I thought you might want to set up like Tail Glow or Calm Mind, so I'm just going to go straight for the Dragon Tail. It does a clean 27%. Pretty helpful to whittle Manaphy, and I get the Venusaur to come in, which is pretty cool. Get rid of that thing. He comes back in with Manaphy, which I'm not really sure why. He's taking more damage, so now he's all the way down to 35, and it'll be like 23 after Stealth Rocks. His Skarmory is Dragon-tailed in, which isn't too good, but I can just go into Zard. I decided to Roost here because Zard basically destroys his team, and he goes for another layer of spikes, which I wasn't really expecting. Unfortunately, that brings him back to Sturdy, so I have to Fire Blast twice to kill him. He gets up all 3 layers of spikes, but that doesn't matter since half my team is flying anyways. He goes into T-Tar. Knowing that he's Scarf most likely, I would expect him to go for the Stone Edge, but he makes a good play and goes for the Pursuit, which works out pretty well for him. This Garchomp does have Endure, however, so I'm able to get rid of his Tyranitar if he decides to stay in, which I predicted him to do. And that worked out for me. I get to keep my Garchomp, and here I didn't want him to set up with his Clefable, so I go straight into Zard Y to threaten him, and he gets the special attack drop. So I get kind of scared and I go back into Garchomp just to sack it and see what he wants to do. He goes for Thunder Wave, which I wasn't expecting, but I do have Breloom here, so I can just Spore this thing. Nothing really wants to take a Bullet Seed on his team, so I'm just going to go straight for the Bullet Seed. 1, 2, 3. 3 hits, that's pretty average, I guess. It does enough to where it's definitely threatening Clefable. And here I go for another Bullet Seed, and I get 4 hits. The 4th one being a critical hit, which didn't seem to matter based on the rolls, but it could have mattered a little bit. It's very nice that I got 3 and 4 to take out that Clefable, and he's just going to bring in Garchomp, and I'll just let my Breloom die, that way I can revenge kill with Latios. I go for Draco Meteor, luckily I hit, take out the Garchomp, and now his only Pokemon left is Manaphy. It's at very low health, so it can't really make a comeback here. So that's the end of the match. Thank you for watching. I do plan on uploading more video game related content, especially PSO and Pokemon, so if you want to see what else I've got planned, feel free to subscribe. I really do appreciate it. Thank you.